What's up, space pirates? I am your captain, the ever-charming Dr. Disaster, and today we get to take a break from laughing at the box office results for the Marvels, and instead we get to laugh at the director of the Marvels as she makes an ass of herself trying to defend her stupid movie. The first excuse that Marvel tried was claiming that this movie was going to fail because of the actor strike and the fact that Brie Larson and her co-stars couldn't promote the film. Well, the strike ended, they are promoting it, and the movie is still in the shitter. Where are you at now, MCU stans? Even with Queen Brie hitting the late-night talk show circuits and everything, the box office results are abysmal. How abysmal? Well, have a look at this chart. Yeah, that's real bad. The follow-up to their shitty opening weekend for the Marvels was a cruddy $2 million Monday, a $3 million Tuesday, and then a sad little Wednesday where they couldn't even break $2 million. The average ticket price in 2023, according to The Numbers, link in the description, is $10.53. According to Box Office Mojo, the average theater made a paltry $443 on Wednesday, which means that if we divide that by the average ticket price, then theaters had an average of 42 people going to see the film. And that is not on a per-showing basis, that's 42 for the entire day. No matter how they try to spin this, The Marvels is bad, and it will fail and cost Disney lots and lots of money. In this video, we are going to have a look at the pathetic excuses of Nia DaCosta, the movie's director, where she goes by the old playbook and calls people who don't watch her movie sexist, racists, homophobes, and all the rest. And then we are going to immediately refute her claims with proof that she's full of shit and doesn't get to boss us around with her identity politics nonsense. That stuff doesn't work any longer.
You have no power here.
As usual, please hit the thumbs up button and like this video to help me defeat the evil algorithm monster, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. Now, we are going to start things off by having a look at this puff piece from Variety where they sat down with Nia DaCosta and talked about the Marvels. The headline says, "How the Marvels Got Its Blurred Girl Energy." For those who don't know and can't guess, blurred is apparently shorthand for black nerd. Whatever, I guess. We are going to skip a lot of the fluff and head down into the middle of the article so that we can get into the meat and potatoes of what we need to discuss. Here it says, the film's first trailer was scored with the Beastie Boys hit Intergalactic, and beyond its obvious cosmic connection to the movie's space setting, fans interpreted the song choice, which DaCosta credits to her editor, Katrin Hedstrom, as a little bit of trolling. The lyrics, "Well now, don't you tell me to smile," seemed especially pointed, evoking an early scene from the first Captain Marvel, where Carol is approached by a smarmy biker who revs his motorcycle engine to get her attention and says, "You got a smile for me?" When Carol doesn't react, he calls her a freak under his breath and heads into a store at an LA strip mall. Her revenge? stealing the jerk's bike. Now, I'd like to remind everyone that Disney was so confident in this scene that they had to edit it and leave out a bunch of the original cut. Why? Because Captain Marvel was clearly the bad guy in the movie, and that scene really emphasized that fact. She didn't earn her power. She didn't work for it. She was just handed the power, and she absolutely misuses it by stealing stuff from people and being a bully, and she does nothing heroic in the entire film. It is not heroic to just fight somebody. It's heroic to have to struggle against something, to have a flaw and overcome it. It's heroic to do something for somebody else, not just yourself, but whatever. That movie and that character is what an idiot creates when they watch an older, competently made superhero film and thinks, well, I can do that too. All I need is some superpowers and some bad guys to fight. It's like that movie was made by a toddler and appreciated by toddlers as well. Anyhow, the article moves on saying, with that context in mind, choosing intergalactic felt like a middle finger to all the haters of Captain Marvel franchise, of which there are alarmingly many. Are there a lot of us, space pirates? Yes, I think there are a ton of us who used to like the MCU, but who are completely turned off by this precise attitude. Disney and their cohorts can't take a lick of criticism. It is always our fault for not liking what they are doing. Anyhow, the article says, but for DaCosta, it wasn't that deep. That's the first time I've realized that those lines are in the song, she says, responding to what I thought was an obvious question. I cannot say that that was on purpose on my part. Sorry to be disappointing. Of course, there's the slightest chance DaCosta's playing politics instead of further enraging a particularly dark corner of the internet. Ooh, it's really dark around here, guys. Oh. Like other IP-based movies that star women and people of color, the impending release of 2019's Captain Marvel met with such malignance that Rotten Tomatoes changed its policy to bar audience reviews on unreleased titles. Now, to set the record straight, what they did was silence critics. There are a significant number of people who will not support Marvel any longer because Marvel and Disney are more concerned with fitting into woke Hollywood circles than they are telling stories that normal people want to watch. And Rotten Tomatoes silenced their voices. That is what happened. Anyhow, in 2022, Ms. Marvel faced the same level of internet hate. And now, any post about the Marvels is flooded with comments criticizing Disney for going woke and rooting for the film to flop. And look at the box office numbers now, you absolute jackasses. Maybe it is time to pay attention to the fact that you weirdos are not the majority. You may have pretended and suckered people into believing that was the case for a long time, but the narrative is changing. And I credit a lot of that narrative change to the fact that Elon Musk took Twitter away from these idiots and don't let them spin the narrative any way that they want to any longer. Because tyrants like them have to work extra hard to maintain that narrative, but eventually they lose control, and that's what's happening here.
The more you tighten your grip, Tarkin, the more star systems will slip through your fingers.
DaCosta is familiar with the negative side of fandom. After all, she's been a big old fan of nerdy shit for a long time, but she's not letting it get under her skin. There are pockets where you go because you're like, I'm a super fan. I want to exist in the space of just adoration, which includes civilized critique, she explains. Then there are pockets that are really virulent and violent and racist and sexist and homophobic. Oh my. Lions and tigers and racists, oh my. And all those awful things. And I choose the side of the light. That's the part of fandom I'm most attracted to. My God, that is pretentious. You know, I don't know about you guys, but I always approach every argument or debate that I'm in with the attitude that there is at least the possibility that I could be incorrect, and that the other guy isn't just patently evil. I definitely don't like to use language like this, where I call my side the side of the light. Who the hell talks like that? And another thing that I find hilarious is that line where she says, I want to exist in the space of just adoration. So we are only allowed to adore whatever it is that she and her fellow crackpots at Disney pump out? No way, man. That is not how it works. Criticism exists, and not just her civilized critiques. She says she's okay with civilized critique, but if this puff piece article is any indication of what her expectations are, then that basically means if you don't agree with her, then you just aren't civilized. In fact, everyone else, according to her, is virulent, violent, racist, sexist, and homophobic. If you aren't on board with her, then that's what she thinks of you. That is her rule. Well, check this out, me hearties. This is funny. The headline from this Breitbart article spells it all out. Nolte, survey shows women failed to turn out for the Marvels. Down a ways, the article says, here's a breakdown of the suckers who went to see the Marvels this weekend. Other diagnostics on the Marvels, 65% male-leaning with 45% men over 25, 22% women over 25, giving it the best grades at 82%, men under 25 at 20%, and women under 25 at 14%. The biggest demo was 25 to 34-year-olds at 33%. Diversity demos were 36% Caucasian, 27% Latino and Hispanic, 17% Black, and 14% Asian. So even though women outnumber men in the American population by a point or two, it is men who overwhelmingly went to see the Marvels while the ladies stayed at home. I will keep saying this until the day that I die, and even after I am dead, it will still be true. This is a genre for males. That doesn't mean that some girls don't like the movie. It doesn't mean that nerd girls don't exist, and that comic book fans all have to be men. Chill out. But this is a genre intended for and primarily read by males, and it always will be, at least in our lifetimes. Women went to see Barbie this summer because that is what they want. Now, and they finally got a movie that was made for them, and I'm happy for them. It succeeded big time. Cool, you got what you wanted. But how about us? Why won't Disney let this be a male space? They won't allow the MCU to be what it is supposed to be. They are so committed to trying to change our culture in, the span of a few years? It's just not going to happen. Not in our lifetime. People like what they like, and this ain't it, Disney. And Nia DaCosta, your rant about sexism is pretty bullshit when males are the overwhelming majority of the people who went to see this film. And the racism stuff doesn't work either when the plurality of people who went to the film were white. Anyhow, I found that all kind of funny, especially in light of this movie sinking even further in the box office results. I can't wait to see how bad it does in its second weekend. We'll talk about it next week. See you later, me hearties.
Thanks for watching, me hearties. If you haven't already, your captain is inviting you to subscribe to the channel and become a part of the crew. Life as a space pirate may not be glamorous, but there's always plenty of booty.